probably won't be the last time we'll listen to you guys crack your throat.
It's been a little while.
I'm just listening to Mason, bitch. Alright guys, welcome back to the video. The black sheep. We haven't talked about this in a while. People have been blowing me up. They've been messaging me on Facebook. They've been texting me. They've been commenting on YouTube. They're like, what's going on with the black sheep? So we're going to give you guys a rundown of the black sheep. We got it done for PRI, and that's as far as we made it. We got the fuel tank on there. We got everything on there where it looks like it runs, and it doesn't run yet. It needs a little bit of love. It's down to like the punch list stuff, the last 15% of things, and then we are ready to go to the track. So let's start from the back, and we'll go to the front, and we're gonna actually call a special guest and talk to a special guest in today's video. So everything back here is not situated, as you can tell by the gaping hole in the trunk. We have to mount the catch can. We have the catch can built. We just need to mount it, and I think I figured out how to make it work. It's got these, it's got like a hinge system on it, and when you set the catch can in there, the hinge system would hit the ends of the tank. So I'm like, man, we'll take this off and just mount it. But I'm like, no, then we lose the hinge system. But if I run the fittings up the side and then into the side for the
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of goodies left over from PRI.
If we run the burn down hose instead of straight into it, we run it in the side, we should be good to go. Then we don't have to redo the trunk, so that saves us a little bit of time there. And plus, this is pretty cool for a race car to have a hinge system. It does need some new shocks though, so we'll work on that you know, this year. So back here, really not a lot to situate. Mount the tank and then just run the lines and you're good with that. If you move into the car, everything in the car other than like the wiring stuff is situated. The seat there, steering wheel, shifter. One thing that we are going to do is we're going to move the brake pedal and have that floor mounted. So I guess everything in the car is not situated because that has to change. And the reason why we're doing that is if you look up here, it's a factory firewall. See how this protrudes out so much further than everything else? This is where the brake master cylinder is mounted. So if we move it to the floor, we can then lock this off, push it back so it'd be even with everything else, and you would have then clearance to remove your valve cover. Headers, Hippie Fabrication did, absolutely amazing. These things are unbelievable, ready to hear it. They got the EGT probes in them and everything. We got good clearance, very, very tight, but we do have good clearance. We got our front suspension, everything's done, and that leads us to the motor. There's a number of things that need to be done to get it running. We have like a slight clearance issue on the other side because the other side has that burst panel on it. So when you get to this number 2 injector on the other side, it is not a happy camper. So we have to modify that. We need to have a throttle linkage done. We need to get the correct pulley ratio ordered up. This one was just for show. This wasn't the exact ratio. Everyone's like, oh, it's a huge pulley up there. We know. We were just trying to get to the show. It was last minute. We're behind the 8 ball. So we need to get the correct pulley ratio, get the correct belt, and it's missing like 1 or 2 little pieces for the belt tensioner. We have to mount our fuel filter on there because we are going to run a fuel filter. A lot of people in Hemis don't run fuel filters, but we will. I think I'm going to put it over here and then have like a line come out down the frame rail and mount over here so it's out of the way. We need to order a belt guard for it to protect it in case it swings the belt off, because if it swings the belt, we don't want to destroy our fuel filter and all of our oil lines and fuel lines and anything like that. What else we got to do is just move the tank back an inch. When I built the tank, I had all my measurements, and it was supposed to be it's a -20 line, so it's supposed to be -20 male O-ring, and the male O-ring was out of stock, couldn't get it in time. So I had to run an adapter fitting, and that added like an inch, inch and a half to it, so it moved the tank an inch or inch and a half forward, and that kind of threw off all my measurements. So we're gonna move the tank back, put the new line and fitting on there, so everything will be all good and happy 1 inch further back, and then we're going to run a bar from either from here that kind of comes down and around, because you need to have a crash bar in front of the fuel tank. So that's everything that we need to get done on the car. The transmission lines and everything, they're good to go. The transmission's in there. A belly pan would be something else we need to add, and I'd say we're pretty good from there. So I mean, it's a lot of little things to do, but we're gonna do our best to get it done. And we have some help with this build, which we're gonna call a very special guest. Some of you guys might know who this is just by the voice. And I'm very excited because they actually reached out to me and said, hey, you know, let's get this knocked out. And I'm like, you know what, that sounds great. This is Mason's daddy when it comes to some of this stuff. Let's get this, see if we can get him to answer here. shame if he didn't answer.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Say hello to the YouTube channel.
Hi, YouTube channel.
Well, I'm here with Devin, if you can't tell who that is, and I'm just telling the people that I'm honored to have you reach out to me and say, hey, John, my name's Devin with HR Innovations, and I am extremely excited to potentially work with you on the Black Sheep build.
That's not at all what I said.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
No, actually, if you don't edit this, it'll be excellent content. I said, hey, I had a cancellation, or not a cancellation, a postponement, and you were the first dipshit I figured that screwed something up and needed something to be rewired. So, what do you have? And you were like, well, you're in luck because I've got everything I've ever touched.
Yeah, it went somewhere between the two.
Is that what you're going to call it now?
Yeah. No, it's
your lie. Live it. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit.
Well, I was just doing a video here. We're going over the Black Sheep and everything that needs to be done with it. And I went front to back, and none of it I mentioned was wiring or plumbing.
Well, that's because I'm just going to fix it all.
So Devin's going to fix it all. So
yeah. No, I do look forward to working on it. And the reason I look forward to working on it is so that I can do its first start without you here.
Oh.
So that I can steal that from you.
I didn't tell you that I'm actually bringing the toter up there, and I'm just camping out the whole time you have it.
Oh, are you now?
I am.
Okay.
Don't even need a toter plug-in. Like, I'll run off the gen, sitting outside.
Oh, good. So I'll get to listen to a gen.
It's quiet.
I'm sure you got some Clackmaster 9000 too that's going to run and keep me awake all night.
Oh, you know it's a Harbor Freight. I run two of them linked together.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It's the ones that you found up out of the dumpster.
I straight pipe them too for that extra horsepower, you know, the extra.
If you could just plumb that right into my bedroom. Just pipe that right into my bedroom so I don't have to deal with it much longer.
Well, you know what? I'm excited to be. This will be the second car you wire for us. Well, you actually do more than wiring, because even the last one we brought up, you work with Matt at Performance Fab, does an amazing job. This thing is going to get the same treatment.
Yep. So, just whatever you need to do. I already talked to Matt about it. He's like, that's no problem. You give me your little list. I sent it over to him. He said it was good to go. So basically, I'll get on it immediately when it gets here, and then when he says, okay, bring me that car, we'll load it up in the trailer, run them up to him, get taken care of.
One-stop shop. Well, I'm excited to be working with you. For those guys that don't, I mean, everyone knows who Devin is, so just go over to his YouTube channel. Don't give him any praise, though. He doesn't need any more. And someone buy his car.
Yeah, my car. Here, let's take a minute to talk about that. If you want to be successful and not look like a jackass, you can. I'm talking to you, John. I'm not talking to your audience.
Oh.
You can buy my car, the mini trailer, every spare part I have, and me. I come along with this to tune the car.
For how long? Like, what is that?
Until you're comfortable with it, and we're going to probably put a few month cap on that. But I'm open to work with whoever buys it, whether it be in person or remotely. For the remainder of the year, and we're in January, so that's a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time. And what's the price tag on? I mean, the thing with that car is it is successful in multiple different classes of racing.
Yes, yeah. So it does well in anything to do with a street car, like streetcar classes. It does very well at the drag and drive world. This year we broke the record on 235 radials for drag and drive stuff. We won Unlimited, which is the fastest class that they have at Six Summer this year. And we won Modified at Hot Rod Drag Week this year, and was the first car to ever run on the sixes in the quarter on a radial at Drag Week. It was also broke all the records for Modified and all that kind of stuff. So, and since we've switched the car over to twins with a lockup, so our hope is step one is to survive the event, but then step two is to walk away with a 650-ish average. So somewhere in the 650s in the quarter.
That's very stout.
Which equates to like mid to bottom 430s in the eighth. And this is a lot different than the type of racing that you do, John, because you get a freshly groomed, perfect racetrack every time you guys go up and make a hit.
Were you about to say spin the, did you almost say every time you go up and spin the tires? Did you almost say that?
No, I stopped myself. So this deal is like you go and you're racing with 350 other people. You got a racetrack for say 7 hours, 350 people. They can't stop every 20 pairs and prep the track. So it's like a lot of power management that's involved, but it's also, you have to go into it looking at it as if you're going to be a little bit humbled. And know that the car's not going to be as fast as it could be. So I think, like leaning on it, really, really trying to get after it, not to the point of trying to hurt something, but really trying to get after it on a good racetrack. I feel like we could probably go 630s with it. Which is 4 rows in the, roughly 4 rows.
And the whole program is for sale for how much?
$240,000.
Is that negotiable or is that locked in?
We can negotiate.
How much would you say if someone wanted to go and build a car to do what you're doing with all of the stuff and it's tough to put a value on the time and knowledge gained with the car, but everything that you have included in that, if someone else say, hey, I'm going to go and try to build something and duplicate that, obviously it would take a couple of years, what would you value that at? I mean, to me, that's,
$326,000, and that's without me. That's without me tuning it.
And that's without the time involved, really.
Correct. Yeah. It's probably about a 2-year process to do something like that. If you were to make the process take a year, it would cost you a lot more because obviously, as you know, in order to get anything done quicker, you gotta
pay more for it.
You know what I mean? You gotta pay more for it. So, no, we came up with, I think, right at $326,000.
Yeah. So for someone that's got a pocket full of money that says, hey, I want to go and swing my dick at a drag and drive event. It's a pretty good deal. Hey, thank you for your time. Looking forward to working with you. You guys will see Devin on the channel, and you might even see Devin make a video. The last video Devin made of one of our cars in his shop, big hit.
Was it?
Yeah,
okay.
I remember you put
I'll make one on whatever this other black sheep.
Remember you put the lights on it, and people were just.
God,
and now you're putting lights on other people's cars. Maybe we'll do that to the black sheep.
Oh, you're gonna get the gayest thing you've ever seen on that car. I'm gonna get you a sheep LED light that goes in the back window. That color sheep is.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to working with you as always.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bro. All right, well, there you guys have it. Devin is he's out of pocket. He's selling a badass car. He's helped us out on a number of things. Great person to know, great person to work with. If you are looking to get your car wired, Devin is someone that I highly recommend. We run all the Holley stuff. He is leading edge with the Holley stuff, and he's just good dude, good person to have in the corner. So,
definitely take his class if you're
learning. I took his personal class where I'm like, hey, I have no idea how to do this. I have like a general concept, but I'm a hands-on learner. Let me try to learn it myself and just tell me if I'm doing it wrong, and he pointed me in the right direction. And not to mention, I'm very fortunate for all the people that I work with. Some what I consider big names in the industry and very successful people. I have a Rolodex of big names that harness great knowledge. So very thankful for that, for everyone that does help. A lot of people don't get enough credit for what they do. So that's something I just want to say thank you to everyone. But excited to have the direction planned out. Like pretty much when we got this thing back from PRI, we had no plan because we were so busy, and we have been so busy with storm work. We've been working pretty much every day since really December, right after PRI, December 12th. When we'd be working every day. At least I'd be working every day on the storm stuff. You guys might be in the field for 5 days, home for 2, out again.
4 hours.
4 hours, out again.
Back home for 4 hours, back on the road again.
Yep. So I know like the work trucks that we got done already have pretty much 10,000 miles on each of them. So that shows you they've been logging the miles. But nice to have a plan and direction with this. So I hope you guys are excited to see some stuff take place with the Black Sheep. And I'm just going to go to Matt Smith Performance Fab. He's going to do a little of the odds and ends stuff, and then we are going to have Devin wired up, and when we get it back, it should be track ready. If anything, once we get it back, we would probably put a different rear end in it, but that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Mason, you want to end the video off with anything?
No.
Show him the button on your jeans. Bro, come on, for the channel.
No.
What do you mean no?
It looks like something got a hold of your pant leg.
Oh no, those are insulated.
It's called work. You ever heard of it?
Dude, yeah, you got your ass. Oh, I do want to say this.
Unreal.
I do want to say this. Dave has something with his Google Maps on his phone. Told him he drove 67,000 miles last year.
I went around the Earth 2.8 times.
Went around the Earth 2.8 times, and then it told us in the entire year he walked 9 miles.
That's cap.
There's no question about that. That might be high.
No, no
9
chance.
miles? 9 miles.
I walked more than that at FL2K. I walked more than that at PRI. I walked more than that multiple times.
So you're telling me you know more than Google?
Yes, I do.
Unreal. What's your take?
I think Dave's a fat sack of shit.
We're trying to get an app set up so we can log Dave's time on the couch.
Unreal.
All right, Dave's catching.
I'm gonna format this real quick.
We're going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next upload.